Hello, world. How is everyone doing? I love you guys very, very much. And after talking to my managers this morning, yes, I have some managers. I have two of them now. Yay, me! We are now taking things more professional, so I'm sure you all will notice that with my blog. And I want to thank a dear old friend of mine, Joy Bushmar. She's another military spouse. I met her in Italy, Aviano Air Force Base, when Shane was stationed out there, and we were all living there. So I want to thank her for this. I heard of the news before she sent me a message this morning, but I didn't know exactly where to go, and I don't quite have all the details yet. But then she went ahead and sent me a message, and it just lit a match under my ass. So, without any further blah, 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 let's get started, shall we? So, the reason why I am making another blog like this, and I know my hair is brushed out, I'm all gussied up. Reason being is because me and my family are going on vacation this weekend. So, I had to get myself ready because we're going to be outdoors and I won't have a blow dryer and I won't, basically we're going rafting and we're going to be looking at either caves or going to check out some butterflies. Stuff that you can do that's like pandemic possible with our kids and whatnot. And, me and Shane just need a break from life. Anyways, so I'm all gussied up, and now that I have managers, they kind of got on me about things, and they said, Ariana, you can't be so crazy. Fuck you. No, really, I don't mean fuck you. My managers are my kids, believe it or not. So I shouldn't swear at them. No. My kids are doing wonderful things. They heard the story that I was telling them earlier, and then they decided to, join in on things. Anyhow, I am going to start by talking about Vanessa Guillen. Yes, I know that the story was closed, but there's a reason why I must go back to her. She was the very first person that everyone was making a commotion about several months back because she went missing in April. And we all thought it was like a sexual harassment situation that didn't end good. Because basically that was reported, what her family, what she told her family before she went missing, and then they found her body. But that was neither, that wasn't exactly what happened. And who's to say that she wasn't sexually harassed? I mean, she could have been, she probably wasn't. We don't know for a fact because the police are not discrediting that, but they're basically stating we don't have evidence of that, so we can't include that in that story. So basically what they found out about her death is that she had a friend, and she knew that he was having an affair with a woman who was married to another military member. And she didn't approve of that because in the military that's highly frowned upon to commit adultery. Believe it or not, the military kind of curves around I would say Christian beliefs, Christianity. They kind of, I mean, there's all different kinds of people in the military, don't get me wrong. But the thing is, they kind of curve around that whole value system. Um, you know, if you're different than that, then you're really going to stand out. Like myself, I did because, well, I'm pagan, but Um, anyhow, so I guess she did the right thing, or she's the type of person that does the right thing, and she wanted to go and tell this to her supervisors. But the person was like, "You can't do that to me. Um, you know, how dare you? So basically, they were in the armory room, and he took a hammer and he bludgeoned her to death. And then after that, I guess supposedly he called the person he was having an affair with, and they hid the body until they could take her somewhere else. And they dismembered the body where she was later found in the end. Um, very sad. Um, it's very hard for me to hear that because I'm the type of person that does the right thing myself. So if I were another soldier in Fort Hood, Texas, I probably would have fallen in line with Vanessa and some of the others that are showing up deceased, which makes me so sad, so heartbroken, because you can't. It seems like in that area you can't do the right thing. I guess that's not the coolest thing to do there right now. And so anyhow, she's dead, and they went, and like I said before in my other vlogs, they went and did a bolo, and, that's be on the lookout for that person, because they had suspected that he was the person who killed her, and when they were getting close to him, he shot himself. And then after that, they still did arrest someone. There was an accomplice, of course. The girlfriend, the person he was having an affair with, was left behind. So they've arrested her, and I'm pretty sure her husband is probably getting a divorce with her at this point. But they've arrested her, and he's now dead, and so is Vanessa Guillen, sadly. So that whole story panned out. But in the process of looking for Vanessa Guillen, they found another body before her. They found, and I also had a blog about this as well, they found a Gregory Morales. I'm going to pronounce that correctly for you guys since I'm Mexican. It's Gregory Morales. Question on him, though. I want to stop myself and say that this blog is merely on the findings of people of color. And I say that because most of these people that are coming up deceased, these soldiers that are deceased, they're disappeared and then they're coming up deceased, is the fact that most of them are of Latino culture, or Hispanic, or Mexican, or Cuban, or what have you. But there are also some that are black and might be white. So, I posted something on Facebook earlier, but I don't want people to think that I'm merely talking about one culture alone. It's just statistically, some of these people are showing up deceased are Latinos. So, it raises a lot of concern. It raises, it scares me. And it makes me sad. Very sad. Now, Gregory Morales, the reason why I question him a bit is because no doubt he did the right thing. They suspect foul play, but his investigation is still ongoing. And that is the reason why they don't really have any idea how he wound up dead, or, what have you. But the point is, he's dead. And I have one guess. So I have an idea of what went wrong. Just like Vanessa Guillen, I'm sure he was another person trying to do the right thing. And he met his demise, which is very sad to say. It makes me heartbroken. And just, I'm speechless. I'm very speechless because our world is evolving into something, and it's not a good one. It's not a good thing. Anyhow, the reason why I said he's questionable to me is because I heard on one article that his last name is Morales, but the thing is he had his last name legally changed a while back. So I don't know per se if he is of Latino, culture or not, but what does that matter? The point is he went missing, and then they said he was AWOL, and that status hasn't changed, and his family is pleading with the military to change his status because clearly he was murdered. And he didn't go AWOL. He's been on deployments a couple of times, and they thought he went AWOL. Someone who's been on a couple of deployments has nothing else to gain or lose by going AWOL. Well, I mean, they have everything to lose if they did do that, but my point is, he's not that type. He doesn't fit the category. So, moving on, they recently found another soldier deceased, and they said he was unresponsive. They don't have any more information on him. They don't think that he was murdered, but I can be honest with you on here since it's my vlog, and I can tell you that they're saying they have no idea what happened, but they're going to figure it out. But they don't want the rest of us to know that he was murdered. He was murdered. I mean, he didn't just go missing by himself and wind up dead. I can tell you that for sure. He did not wind up dead over natural causes. He's only 26. Which leads to my other theory, is a lot of these soldiers that are disappearing and winding up dead in Fort Hood, Texas, are young. They're of age. They're in their 20s, and, like I said, they're people of color. Most of them are Hispanic. So, with him, this third soldier that I'm talking about, his name is Mejor Morta. Mejor Morta. Now, he's got a beautiful name. That guy, he has got an awesome name. I have no idea how he did it with people who couldn't pronounce that. But I can tell you right now, my husband would completely fail. But he's got an awesome name. But aside from that, I'm very sad to hear about his ending as well. It's really unfortunate. It made me so upset because these three have something in common. All of them are, well, they're, mostly Latinos, but they're people of color, I want to say, too. And they're in their 20s. And the thing is, these people, to be honest, seem like the type of people that do the right thing. And something's going on here with our soldiers that do the right thing, is what I'm getting at. They're winding up disappeared. They're winding up gone, as if they don't matter. And that bothers me. That bothers me a lot. Because we need people on this planet to do the right thing. Especially right now. Anyhow, they aren't the only ones. There are a couple of others. And if I can, now that I have managers, we're going to do our due diligence, our homework, and we're going to try to put in a link below on this blog, this episode, or whatever you want to call it with me, whatever. We're going to put a link. It's like a clip of the news, and there are others that have been killed. I would say different circumstances, but the thing is, they're all in their 20s, and they're all people of color, and they're all trying to do the right thing. And the news kind of centers around that. And there's at least 5 or 6 of them from Fort Hood, Texas, killing. And they're all being found or killed or murdered in the Killeen area. I don't know what kind of county that is. Bells County, I think they're calling it. I'm not sure if I'm accurate on that. I'm sure you guys, my viewers, someone might have an answer on that and correct me on that. That'll be great. So these stories are all interconnected, because now we're realizing there is something going on in Fort Hood, Texas. And now's the time that we all need to be pointing our eyes on them and watching them like they're goldfish in a tank, because this is not good. And furthermore, there was another article who came from the attorney of the family of Vanessa Guillen, and she claims that they are going to do, I guess they're asking for a congressional investigation on this, merely because, this is bad. This is batshit bad. And I agree with that. I agree with this. They got a pretty smart attorney. I agree with that, and I think that you, my viewers, I forgot what his name is, but you, my viewers, if possible, if you could do me one little favor, if you don't want to, you don't have to. Please, don't hurt yourself. For me. But if you guys could do me a favor while you're watching this, reach out to the senator over there, and ask for congressional investigation on all of these cases, because somehow they're linked. They may not be linked, but they may be linked somehow, because they're all the same. There's a mural being painted, or it was painted. A couple of them, their pictures are on there, their faces are on there. I don't know what more to say. I'm going on vacation with my family this weekend, and I'm speechless, as I said, and I have no idea what to think, what to do, what to say. I'm sad. I teach my kids to do the right thing and speak up. But I guess if you're a person that speaks up and does the right thing, it doesn't turn out so well for you. And it makes me scared for my kids. Even though I would hope they never wind up somewhere in Fort Hood, Texas. I'm just lucky I didn't wind up with that assignment. I've been to other places. I've been out of the country, in the country. Beautiful everywhere I've been. I've made friends everywhere I've been. And I almost feel terrible that I haven't stayed in contact with some of these friends. But if you guys are out there watching, please come find me, say hello. How you guys doing? Don't think that I hate you guys or never want to see anybody ever again. If I haven't reached out to you in years, it's not the case. I've just been busy. I've been busy with life. I got 4 kids, and you see my hair sometimes when it's not all gussied up. It's like, anyways, so, other than that, I hope that a congressional investigation does happen. It needs to happen. And, that's all I've got for today. I want to wrap it up and leave it there and tell you all that I love you. You guys stay safe. This is what's going on in the military world. And, I'll see you guys. Love you. Bye.